Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. It's us. We're here. We're a little late, but nevertheless, we persisted and we came here. Um, so as you can see by the sign, we are open, so you know what time that is. What time is it, Scott?
Time to get on the kicks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so much of us. And we have Oreo Jr. here in his stylish Sherlock costume because he's a fan, honey. He's a big fan. He's a very big fan. Um, and also look at what I found. Look, do y'all notice something different?
Well, I don't know because I don't even know who you are.
Period. This is my emergency mustache. I wanted to look like Watson today. It's almost Halloween, so I gotta get practice. So we are here. We are doing, of course, a Sherlock Holmes case because that's what we do. I was supposed to do it a little earlier this week, but we didn't get to it. But we're here. We're here. I don't know how you guys, like men, deal with these mustaches. This is all up in my nose, but I do it for you guys. And later on, I'm gonna shave. Anyway, so we are here. We got Sherlock. I don't know if you guys see the title. Is Sherlock and Watson are on that nitrous. What do you think that's about, Scott? What do you guys think that's about?
We're going to be getting silly.
They're gonna get real jiggy with it. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, guys, here we go. So Sherlock Holmes, he kicking it, he doing his thing, him and Watson and us, of course. But all of a sudden he's not feeling well. He's like, achoo, achoo, he's not feeling well. So, he goes to the doctor, not Watson, a better doctor. I'm kidding. Because remember last time he dragged the hell out of Watson. He went to another doctor, and that doctor said, sir, you are super, super sick. And what you need to do is go over to like warmer weather and go hang out there, and then it'll help you get better. And so Sherlock is like, okay, cool. Can my friend Watson come? And the doctor's like, even though Watson's a mediocre doctor, because you said that last story, yes, he definitely should join you just to keep an eye on you, just in case like emergencies pop up, because we don't have ambulances in this time frame. And so, they go to the countryside. And so Sherlock decides while he's there, because nobody knows where he is, he decides, well, since I'm here, why don't I go ahead and do a little archaeology? I'm just going to dig up some bones. I'm going to just
So just dig wherever.
Well, I guess this is a place that they had, archaeology. So Sherlock he wanted to let his inner Howard Carter loose. He's like, maybe I'll find King Tut. I don't know. Okay. And he wanted to let his inner Howard Carter come out and play. Sorry, y'all. This is annoying. I had to take off some of my mustache. Does it look bad? I hope it looks good still. Okay, period. I don't know how men do this. This is a lot. So anyway, while he's on his little archaeology excursion, he meets up with these two guys. They seem rather cool. It's Mr. Roundhay. He a pastor, he's cool. He likes digging up bones too, even though, anyway, he likes digging up the bones. And then he also met the pastor, Mr. Roundhay. I'm just going to call him the pastor. He also met the pastor's tenant, Mr. Mortimer. Trey Guinness. It's a weird last name. Mr. Mortimer. I'm just gonna call him Mortimer. Bring that name back. They need to start naming children that.
Okay.
Scott, what would you think if like you met some guy named Mortimer?
I don't know.
Okay, period. What would you guys think? Anyway, so they meet up, they're digging up, they're doing a little archaeology, they're scavenging. They're like, oh my God, I maybe found King Tut. I don't know what the hell I'm looking up. We're doing archaeology. And, Sherlock is having a great time. Well, the next day after he meets those guys, guess what happens? Here we go. They come knocking on the door. And they're like, oh my God, Sherlock, oh my God, this is crazy. Some of the craziest things happen. Oh my God, thank God you're here and not in London, because we totally need you and your expertise because you're super smart. And so Sherlock is like, okay, well, what happened? And so Mr. Roundhouse, I don't know why the pastor, I'm sorry, I don't know why he's telling a story, because it has nothing to do with him really. But okay. He's like, oh my God, Mortimer, went to visit his family, his brothers. He got 2 brothers, and he got a sister named Brenda. And so he went, over to their house, and he went to go hang out with them. And oh my God, a supernatural event happened. Mortimer went over there. They was playing Bid Whist. Shout out to the Bid Whist players. I know how to play that. It's like spades, but not. Anyway. So they were all at the house playing Bid Whist, and Mortimer left and went on back over to the pastor's house. Well, after he left, he goes to bed, wakes up the next day, goes on his walk, and all of a sudden the doctor is rushing, like everybody's running around, and he's like, what the hell is going on? Oh my God, what's going on? Come to find out, he gets to the house where his brothers and his sisters were. Guess what, Scott?
What?
The brothers are delirious. They sitting there laughing and singing songs. And the sister,
Should have guessed.
Nah, this one. And the sister is in a chair where everybody was sitting when he left. She slumped over. She is unalived, honey. She gone.
Oh.
She gone.
Whoa.
She gone, honey. She didn't went up yonder to be with her Lord. Yes. And so, everybody's like, we don't know what the hell happened. When the doctor went in there, he almost passed out. The maid, she went in there, she almost passed out. Everybody was up in there passing out because they don't know what the hell is going on. The 2 brothers, they crazy. They just sitting there like, just rocking and laughing. It's just a rocking. Come on. Rocking and laughing, Scott. Rocking and laughing. Okay? They done lost it. And the sister is gone, honey. So Sherlock is like, that sounds crazy as hell. How did that happen? And they're like, we don't know. That's why we over here asking you to come on over to the house and figure this out. This crazy. And so Sherlock is like, okay, I before I even get up out my bed, okay, before I do anything, y'all need to answer me some questions. What did the housekeeper say? Because her name is Miss Porter. So Miss Porter didn't report anything. Miss Porter was like, the way I left it the way I left it before I went to bed, honey, is the way I found it the next day, except for these 2 fools over here laughing, and this woman is gone. Okay, she done went to glory. Okay, so Miss Porter ain't see nothing. But then he gets on to Mortimer, and he's like, come here, Mortimer. Tell me what you know. And so Mortimer is like, well, he was like, I'm just going to say that I may or may not have been beefing with my family for a while over some money. We had some money beefs. That's not too unusual. This ain't the first family. It ain't the last. Okay. We may have had some money issues. We had some beef over some money. And so I didn't talk to him for a long time. So Sherlock is like, is that why everybody else live in the house and you don't? He was like, yeah, this is why I'm over here with the pastor. Or he may or may not be my boyfriend. No, I'm kidding. So, so he's like, he was like, I live, but he was like, but since then we done made up. We all good. That's why I was over there. I was busting they ass up in some Bid Whist. We was doing it. We was having a great time, reconnecting. We reunited. He was like, so, everything was good on that front. I left at about 10. The doctor who came in and almost passed the hell out all over the floor, he said, that my sister has been unalive for 6 hours. She been gone for 6 hours. So that's about the time I left. So Sherlock is like, well, when you were over there busting their ass in Bid Whist, did you see anything unusual? And so he was like, yeah. He was like, my brother and I were partners. And he was sitting with his facing the window. I had my back to it. And all of a sudden he like, what the hell is that? And so I turn around and look and I see something scurry off in the bush. I didn't know if it was human. I didn't know if it was a person. I don't know. And so Sherlock is like, okay, this crazy as hell. Let's get on over there. What you got, Scott? You looking confused?
No. It's crazy.
It's crazy. This is I don't know what's going on. So Sherlock gets to the house. And Sherlock is like, before we go up in here, let me just look around, since we think somebody was outside. So boom, he like, let me see here. What you got here? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. He like, what's going on over here? What's up? What's up? What's up? What I see down here? And all of a sudden he knocks over the water thing. He's like, yeah. So they get on in the house. He gets in the room. Oh, I forgot one thing. Sorry. Y'all know I'm never in sequence. This is unimportant. But as they were like getting over to the house, they pass by a cart and they see the brothers in there and they just are rocking and are laughing and are crying. They crazy. They done lost their mind. So Sherlock is like, we'll never see you again, honey. Y'all about to be committed. You're done, baby. Okay, so they get to the house. Sherlock is out. He out there. He like, baby, I see it. I see everything. So they go up to the room. They see the Brenda, she gone, honey. She laid on the bed. They done laid on the bed, closed her eyes, put some pennies on top of it. Sherlock then goes to Miss Porter and he's like, what did you hear? And she was like, I ain't heard nothing, honey. She said, nothing's missing. I ain't heard nothing. And actually, this is too much for me. I'm going back home to St. Ives, baby, because this ain't me. This ain't me. This is weird. It ain't me. So Miss Porter is gone, honey. But she didn't see anything. So Sherlock is like, okay, this crazy. I don't really see nothing either. So he go around that room and he like, boom, what's going on? He gets to the fireplace and he's like, what's all these ashes? What's that? What's all this? He doesn't really say anything. He just observes. And so, he's like, come on, Watson and y'all. Let's get on back to 221. Or no, we ain't at 221. Let's get on back to our hotel and let's relax. So he gets back and Watson's like, what do you think is going on? And Sherlock is like, I don't know. I ain't see nothing besides what the hell they told me. He was like, but let me tell you something. Time we'll reveal. It's going to reveal everything. So what we going to do is get back to this archaeology until somebody come and tell us something. What? So, they go on back digging and doing that little brushy thing. How you like gently got to brush that dust off, like, because you don't want to mess up your artifacts. So they get back to it. All of a sudden, here we go. There's a knock on the door. And so Sherlock opens it. Who do you think it was, Scott? Who do y'all think it was?
I don't know.
It was go ahead.
What's his name? Mortimer.
It's a whole new person. You wouldn't have never known. Plot twist. No, I'm kidding. So the next day it was a Dr. Leon Sterndale. We just gonna call him the doc. It's the DOC. So the DOC comes over and he's like, hey, I done found out that Brenda and her two brothers is gone. What do you know about it? And Sherlock is just looking at him like, sir, first of all, I'm over here trying to dust off these bones. Okay, I don't know if I found Denver the last dinosaur or King Tut. I don't know what the hell I found. But you interrupted me. What do you mean, what did I find on this case? How do you even know I'm on it? And the doctor is like, well, I'm just checking, I'm just checking to see what you found out. And Sherlock is like, why the hell do you care? Why are you all up in our business? Why are you all up in our business, sir? Okay. And so the DOC is like, yeah, kind of do look a little weird that I'm all up in a case that I shouldn't really know about because I'm supposed to be up in Africa, but here I am down to the London. He was like, the reason why is because, Brenda and them are kind of my cousins, sort of, on my mama's side for play. What say you, Scott? You didn't have a cousin like that?
No.
Expand your horizons. So, you know, Sherlock is like, okay, well, that's cute that you are concerned about him. And yeah, everything you heard happened probably did happen. And you know what? I don't know nothing. So you just gonna have to beat it, sir. You just gonna have to go. And so, the DOC leaves, but Sherlock is like, hey, y'all just sit tight. Just keep brushing this bone. I'm gonna go follow this man because it's just kind of weird that he's here. So Sherlock decides to go on and follow this man. And so, he comes back and he's like, let me get that bone up off you. I'm gonna just keep dusting it because I didn't catch nothing. So, whatever. So the next day, all of a sudden, who do you think it was this time, Scott?
Mortimer.
Nope, it's the pastor.
No.
It's the pastor. Lord Jesus is the pastor. So the pastor come in, he's like, oh my God, this is crazy. It don't even make no sense. We curse, we haunted. There's a ghost. Wait, let me get my little ghost. There's a ghost. We haunted. We having problems around here. And so Sherlock is like, okay, calm down and tell me what happened. Do you know what happened?
I don't know.
Mortimer is unalive. Everybody's just, the whole damn family just gone, honey. I don't know who gonna inherit the money. So the pastor's like, oh my God, he was found in a house in his room, the same like his sister and them. Is crazy. Oh my God, we haunted. Casper and them is just messing with the people. And so Sherlock is like, wait, what? So Sherlock is like, okay, we got to get on down to this house and we got to see what the hell is going on. And so they get to the house. And here comes Sherlock doing what he do. He looking around. He like, girl, what is this? Oh my God, this is and then he sees some ashes again. And so he's like, okay, there's a lot of ashes. It's a lot going on here. So what I need to do is go ahead and take some of these ashes and put them in this envelope here. We're gonna put these ashes in this envelope and save it for later. We're gonna put it right here and save this for later. Okay. And so the police start coming to do the investigation. So Sherlock is like, well, we got to go. We'll maybe come back with some information about all this stuff that's going on. And so, they go back to the house. But Sherlock is like, Watson, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
These ashes right here, he was like, I know exactly what the hell is going on. He was like, don't you find it funny that every time we went to the room after somebody was unalived, it was thick, it was funky, it was nasty, it smelled like a gym locker room set on fire? Did you ever think that was weird? Did you ever think it was weird every time somebody walked up in them rooms with all them bodies everywhere that, people was fainting and passing out like they was at a Michael Jackson concert? Did you ever think that was crazy? Huh? He was like, these ashes right here. Well, he had them in here. He was like, these ashes right here. This is what's doing it to him right here. These ashes. He was like, so what we're going to do is go back to the house and we're going to recreate what we saw in that fireplace and in that lamp. And I promise you, I'm going to get the same results. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to read from this point because Sherlock endangered everybody. Okay, so let me light her up. So Sherlock gives him a lamp. He light her up. I like to light my little candle. This is warm Lux cashmere. Yes. So he light up his lamp, and he's like, let's test it out. Now here we go. I'm gonna read from the book for you guys. At least we may accept it as a workplace hypothesis. We will suppose then that something has burnt in each case, which produced an atmosphere causing strange toxic effects. Ooh, honey. It's like bleach and ammonia. Have you ever done that? Put bleach and ammonia together? No, it is horrific. Never put bleach and ammonia together in an enclosed space. You will pass out. I promise.
You're lucky if that's all you do.
Just saying. You will end up like them people. Very good. In the first instance, that of the Traginus family, this substance was placed in a fire. Now the window was shut, but the fire would naturally carry fumes to some extent up the chimney. Hence, one would expect the effects of the poison to be less than in the second case. So basically, he's saying whatever this dust is just is knocking people out. So Holmes ended up stealing half. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's long and we hungry. It is not for me, my dear Watson, and to stand in the way of the official police force. I will leave them all the evidence that I found. So he took some of them ashes, but he left some for the police force, but he knew they weren't gonna figure it out. The poison still remains upon the talc, had they the wit to find it. Now, Watson, we will light our lamp. We will, however, take the precaution. Excuse me.
What?
It's making me sneeze, this mustache. Oh, I don't know how you guys do it. Take the precaution to open our window to avoid the premature decrease of the two deserving members of society. And you will seat yourself near the open window in an armchair unless, like a sensible man, you determine to have nothing to do with the affair. I would have opted out, but that's me. It just sounds stupid. Like if everybody unaliving or going crazy when you put this stuff in fire, why the hell do I need to be here? Like, girl, no. You determined to have, you will see it out, will you? I thought I knew my Watson. This chair this chair I will place opposite of yours so that we may be the same distance from the poison and face to face. The door we will leave ajar. Each is now in position to watch the other to bring the experiment to an end should the symptoms seem alarming. Is that all clear? I would have loved. Well, then, I take our powder or what remains of it from the envelope and I lay it above the burning lamp. Now, Watson, let us sit down and await developments. This is just like climbing in a cave. They were not long in coming. I had hardly settled in my chair before I was conscious of a thick, musky odor, subtle and nauseous. At the very first whiff of it, my brain and my imagination were beyond control. A thick black cloud swirled before my eyes, and my mind told me that in this cloud, unseen as yet, but about to spring out upon my appalled senses, lurked all that was vaguely horrible, all that was monstrous and inconceivably wicked in the universe. See, this is why you don't, this sounds like going in a cave. Vague shapes swirled and swam amid the dark cloud banks, each a menacing and a warning of something coming, the advent of some unspeakable dweller upon the threshold, whose very shadow could blast my soul. It would be blasting your soul if you had decided not to do this. A freezing horror took possession of me. I felt that my hair was rising, that my eyes were protruding and my mouth was open and my tongue was like leather. The turmoil within my brain was such that something must surely snap. I tried to scream, but vaguely aware of some hoarse croak, which was my own voice, but distant and detached from myself. At the same moment, in some effort of escape, I broke through the cloud of despair and had a glimpse of Holmes' face, white, rigid, and drawn with horror. Uh-oh, Holmes, you better get it together, baby. The very look which I had seen upon the features of the unalived. It was that vision which gave me an instant of sanity and of strength, because he loved a homie. He loved a homie, Sky. Loved me like, my homie going down. I gotta save my homie. Yes, for the homie, baby. I dashed from my chair, threw my arms around Holmes, and together we lurched. The mustache messing up my speech. Lurched through the door, and an instant afterward had thrown ourselves down upon the grass plot and were laying side by side, unconscious or conscious only of the glorious sunshine, which was bursting its way through the hellish clouds of terror which had gridded us in. Slowly, it rose from our souls like the mist from a landscape until peace and reason had returned. And we were sitting upon the grass, wiping our clammy foreheads and looking with appreciation at each other to mark the last traces of that horrific experience which we had undergone. Y'all didn't have to do it. Y'all could have just skipped that part, but
Yeah.
like, I'm not about, again, it's like putting bleach and ammonia and closing the door. Like, I wonder what happens. Not good things, I can promise you. Not good things. Upon my word, Watson, said Sherlock at last with an unsteady voice, I owe you both my thanks and apology. It was an unjustified experiment, even for oneself, and doubly so for a friend. I am really, really sorry. This is where I loved Watson, because this man then gave you some nitrous, sir. He had y'all on that nitrous. But here we go. This is where I love Watson. This is why I got this mustache on in this hat. You know, I answered with some emotion, for I had never seen so much of Holmes' heart before. That is my greatest joy and privilege to help you, period. That's that bromance right there, but in the best way ever.
Yeah.
So Holmes was like, damn it, right there, that just told me everything I needed to know. Oh, and let's go back. Before he stole the things that almost like killed them, or I'm sorry, unalived them, he was all running around. He was like, oh my God, yeah, I see. This right over here. Yup. 3 of them. There it go. Yup, I see it. He was bouncing around the house. He was excited. So after they had their near unaliving experience, Sherlock was like, I know who did it. I know who killed Mortimer, or who unalived Mortimer. I know who did it. I know. I don't know who did the first thing, but I know who did the second thing. So he was like, let me write this letter. Let me get this letter together. Let me get this letter written and send that off to them. They'll be here shortly. We got to air out this place so we don't, go through that experience again. Okay. So a little bit later, here we go. Who do you think it was, Scott?
Pat.
The DOC. It was the DOC.
I remember his name, Dr. Leon.
It was the DOC. So the DOC walks in, and Sherlock is like, have a seat. He's like Chris Hansen, to catch a predator. He's like, have a seat. And the dude looking like, he's like, no, have a seat. And so, Sherlock is like, I need for you to go. I know it was you who unalived Mortimer. Either you going to do this the easy way or you going to do this the hard way, but you going to do it some kind of way. And depending upon what you tell me is whether or not I'm going to call the police on you. And so, the DOC is like, I'm a doctor. I'm world renowned. I've been in Africa. What you talking about? You crazy man. You don't know what you talking about. And so Sherlock started running the game for him. He's like, so I saw you last night. I followed you after you came here. I saw you throw them rocks up there at that man window. I saw you. I saw him open that window and then let you in. I saw you. I saw you go up in there for like 20 minutes and then come out that thing and then just stand there with your gun and your pew-pew in your hand. I saw you. You just standing there like, yeah, come on. What's up? I saw you. He was like, and then also, so I go back over there today because Mortimer gone and we didn't took this envelope of dust and put it in the fire and it almost unalived everybody. I know it was you. It was only you, sir. So either you confess or you going to jail. Did I make a convincing case? I felt like I feel like
confession is coming.
Scott, did you feel like you should confess? Did y'all feel like y'all should confess? Confess. Oh my gosh. I should have been a detective. With this mustache, especially.
Right, yeah.
So the DLC is like, okay, you know a lot. I think you a ghost. How the hell do you know all that? He was like, so let me tell you what happened. Let me give you the lowdown. He was like, yeah, I took that man out and I do it again, damn it. I do it again.
Yeah.
He was like, you know how I came over here saying I was Brenda's, cousin down the road, 2 doors to the left for play kind of cousin. I'm not her cousin, I'm her lover. And so Sherlock is like, oh, okay, but they really were cousins. And I think during this time frame, a lot of people were marrying their cousins. And I think that's why we have laws in certain states that say you got to get blood tested to make sure you're not marrying your cousin. Because I think it was a thing. Queen Elizabeth was married to her cousin. Like, cousin marriage is a lot. And I think during this time, they were married a lot of cousins. So anyway, he was like, I was in love with her. She was my lover for 10 years. And I only kept her for 10 years because I'm married. And my wife deserted me. I can't divorce her. So I just got up with Brenda and we've been together for 10 years. He was like, and that man, Mortimer, took her out, took my woman out. He said remember Mortimer said he was beefing with his brothers and sisters over money. Well, they were beefing. But then Mortimer was like, oh, I want to be friends again. Oh, it's great. I want us to be a family again. So they let him back in. And so the DOC was like, I got to meet him or whatever through Brenda. And he was like, he was like, one time I was here in the UK for a while and I started showing him my exotic African plants. Got the exotic African plants around here. And so he was like, I showed him, one of them I showed him was the devil's foot root. Okay, I showed him that. And he was like, I'm trying to find the word for it. It's called I also speak Latin. Okay. Rudix pedis diaboli. Perfect Latin. Only thing impeding it was this mustache. So anyway. So he was like, I showed him that. And he was like, I should have known something was weird about the dude. Because he's like, well, how much do you need? How long do it take? How much fire you got to put it in? Just asking all these questions about it, And so, he was like, I was answering no questions. It's just a brother. It's her brother. It's her brother. I love her. It's her brother. What could go wrong? What went wrong was Mortimer stole some of it and used it against his brothers and his sister. And that's how they ended up on the line, because he wanted to inherit all the money.
Classic story.
Classic villain story. Just, F you, Mortimer. So anyway, so he was like, I took him out. I took him out the same way he took the woman who I never married but loved out of my life, period. And so Sherlock was like, that's crazy as hell. Oh, so he was like, when you saw me throwing them rocks at the window and that fool let me in, hell yeah, that happened. And you know what else? I went in there, I put that devil root in there, and I told him, if you come out the window, sir, it's going to, I goes from the neck up. Okay? So he was like, hell yeah, I did it, and I do it again. And Sherlock was like, I ain't never been in love before because I'm like super asexual, but I would do it for my woman. So he was like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. He said, Watson, you see something? Watson was like, no, I ain't see nothing. And Sherlock picked up his little brush and started brushing off dinosaur bones, a King Tut tomb. I don't know. He kept doing his anthropology. And that concludes the story. Sherlock was like, he shouldn't have, that's good. I don't know who's going to inherit that money, but yeah. What you got, Scott?
Can I say? Classic red rum for money story. No matter who it is, family.
ID channel show it all day long, baby. Did you learn any lessons here? What did you guys learn? Put it in the comments. What y'all got?
I learned that Holmes has a taste for archaeology or whatever we're calling it.
Archaeology. He's digging. He's Howard Carter. Period. Shout out to Howard Carter. You know what I learned? Don't be teaching people. Don't be giving people the keys to your demise. Like, sir, why did you teach him about something that unalives people like that? And then in the book, let me just give y'all a little extra. In the book, he was like, and I was telling them, like, don't the Western doctors don't even know nothing about it, so they can't even trace it back. Like, sir, you just up here just talking too damn much. So never give people the keys to your destruction. Keep it to yourself. You keep that kind of stuff to yourself. Okay? That's what I got.
All right.
Now we got to get our Scooby snacks. We got to get our Scooby whatever snacks. Scott, do you have a preference?
I don't even know what's there.
Me either. Oh, what is this? Okay, let's see here. These are Cornix garlic flavor. I don't know what country this from.
Are they like corn nuts?
I think so. I got it from the Asian store with real garlic chips. I don't know. Okay, we're about to tell y'all what it do. Oh yeah, it is like corn nuts. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all. Let me show y'all. But it's it looked like this. Can y'all see it? I don't know. Oh, they're good. Oh, these are nice. Oh, these are great.
Yeah, they're kind of like a puffy corn.
It looks like this. Oh my gosh, these are so good. You know what it tastes like? What's the cereal? With the frog.
Honey Smacks?
Yeah, it has like the texture of Honey Smacks with garlic, and it's not sweet. Like Honey Smack texture with garlic. It's so good. Oh, I love that. Okay, so for y'all to know, these are it. Go to the Asian store. They be having some crazy stuff and it'd be good. These are really good. So get those. These are really good.
Definitely big thumbs up.
Oh, totally thumbs up. Okay. Did you have anything left, Scott?
No.
Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you had a good time. I'm gonna blow this candle out because I don't want us passing out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment if you would like. We're getting ready to go because we haven't eaten dinner yet and we're hungry. So from wherever we are to wherever you guys are, peace and love and happiness. We'll see you guys later. And we